Howdy everybody, Efour here, and welcome back to the channel for Season 4, Episode 2 of our FIFA 22 Youth to Gold save. I wanted to take a quick moment and just say thank you so much again for the support and you guys watching. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. It's a long grind to get this thing monetized, but that is my end goal. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, so any love that you guys can give really goes a long way. I don't even care if you don't watch another video, as long as you just hit that subscribe button. It is free, and it would really help a small content creator like me out. But enough of that. Last episode, we were in the transfer window. We brought in two players, Bloxham up top and Ojeda as a backup right back. Now, we've had a decent start to the season. You guys saw me win on camera in the last episode against Preston North End, but it's been a little rocky since you guys have been gone, so let me catch you up to what you've missed. You guys saw that 2-1 win against Preston North End. We then went into the league against Sheffield United, and we lost 2-1. Wasn't a terrible game, but they definitely outplayed us. I'm having a little bit of trouble thus far this season. Now then we went into the Carabao Cup against Bolton Wanderers, and they easily handled us 2-0. We didn't have any spark on offense. I couldn't get anything going, and up to that point, Schaefer still had not scored. Up next, we took on Nottingham Forest, and this was a heartbreaker. We went up 1-0 in the first half, and in the 75th minute, we let in an equalizer, and then in that last 15 minutes of the game, we gave up another goal to lose that game. Very frustrating one. We then took on Bolton Wanderers in the league, and this time we handled them comfortably. Schaefer scoring both the goals in that game. We just dominated. We felt like a completely different team. The tactics, I think, are still pretty good, but I'm definitely struggling. I don't know if it's, I think with Pereira being sold and Nelson stepping into his role, we did lose a little bit of defensive stability. Nelson will get there. I'm working on getting his defensive work rate up to high, but it's definitely been a little bit of a struggle. We then took on Millwall, and it really was an even game. We had a couple chances that we missed. They had a couple chances they missed, and we ended up drawing that game 0-0. So let's go check out where that leaves us in the league table. We currently sit in 12th position, 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses, 6 goals for, 5 goals against with a +1 goal difference, 7 points on the board. In the middle of the pack, our manager rating is actually pretty good. Our board is happy with this, and after playing this first month off camera, just to kind of figure out where we're going to be in the league, it's going to be a challenge to push for the promotion spots. Now, last season we started off pretty poor as well, and I'm hoping that we could get into the playoff spots, but honestly guys, depending on how the team develops, if we go up into the Premier League based on how we started this season in the championship, it might be a little bit of a struggle. We'll have to wait and see. Our team is good, but we're having a couple little issues. It seems like our wingbacks are very tight and we're letting runners down the wings, and so maybe I need to go a little bit wider for the defensive setup. I'm not exactly sure, but that's where we sit. Today, we're going to be taking on Norwich, who sit all the way up in first. And in the second game, we're going to be taking on Stoke City, who sit in fourth. So we'll take this game on against Norwich. There's going to be 2 scouting reports in this episode, so it might be a little bit longer. I do apologize about that, but I promise it'll be good value. You guys will enjoy it. But we're going to be taking on Norwich today, who are undefeated in the league, and they are right now looking like favorites to go up as champions. Let's go see if we can snag 3 points from them. Before we hop into that game, I did want to mention, just in case you guys don't know how I find players that can come in for our transfers, I really don't use the Global Transfer Network that much, but I started using it a little bit more. I bought this scout, Charlie Lloyd, because he has 5-star judgment, 4-star experience, and we're sending these guys all out to different nations. We have England, Spain, Germany, and France, kind of the big 4. We don't have Italy covered yet, but we have the top 4 leagues in Europe being scouted for these sorts of players. We have a striker who's 16 to 20 years old, who's fast and prolific. We have any position who can start in our team, first team quality, and is promising from ages 16 to 20 as well. So hopefully they start bringing in some players that we can maybe start to target. Again, we get 1 transfer and 1 free agent signing a year, so we're a little limited. We really have to pick and choose our value in the guys we bring in. Bloxham is fun to use, the 1 striker that we transferred, but he has not scored yet, and he's a little bit different than Baker. I'm still trying to figure out how to use him, but that is what I'm doing in the Global Transfer Network. I figured I'd show you guys that in case you aren't as familiar with how that works or how to use it effectively. This will bring in these types of players that you're looking for, and you can put them on the short list, you can scout them, all that jazz, to start finding some of those players to bring in. We're taking in the same team as usual for this game against Norwich. Smith in goal, back for Jonassen, Bishop, Lundberg, and Taylor. Crespo and Nelson make up the midfield pairing. Schaefer, Carlson, and Graham the attacking three in behind Baker. Now, Nelson's already gone up 1 overall. Taylor's gone up 1 overall. Lundberg has gone up 1 overall. And I think the last one is Baker, but I think he went up 1 overall in the last episode. Other than that, no one else has developed. Schaefer. He's gone up from 81 to 82. So our team is developing already, looking really good, but this is the team we're going to go in with. On the bench is Mohamed, Ojeda, Villalba, Menendez, Nilsson, Wilson, and Bloxham. These guys down in the reserves haven't had much game time. Bennett's got a little bit of time, but he is the only one in the reserves that we have played at all, really. And he did okay, but based on how the season's gone so far, I'm a little nervous to bring in some of those reserve players. I'm really trying to get some wins under our belt. One other piece of news is Smith and Lundberg both got called up to their international teams. Smith for the United States, Lundberg for Sweden. So again, that's pretty cool. Now we've had Lundberg, Smith, Jonassen, and Schaefer go up to their national teams. I'm excited to see who the next guys are that go up. But let's hop into this game against Norwich and try and get any points we can. I'm a little nervous to play this one on camera for you guys, but we'll see how it goes. Quick look at their team. They have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain playing striker, which is a little interesting. Josh Sargent, the American, out on the right wing. Tim Krul, who's played internationally, as their goalkeeper. I think that's Tom Cantwell. He's the leading goal scorer in the league right now in this season. And I think that's Abel Ruiz in the center of the park. I'm not exactly sure. But let's hop in. It's going to be challenging, but hopefully we can go get a result against top of the league Norwich. And here we go. We are away from home. And let's see, did my camera change? It looks way closer to the pitch. Let me look. It doesn't look like it's changed. I'm really not sure. It just looked a little different there. I don't know, maybe I'm just confused. But here we go. Getting into this game, we got Crespo with the ball. That's another thing that keeps happening. These teams' press are really hurting us and making us struggle like that. It seems like we have no time to even turn. Oh no, Crespo's down with an injury after that challenge. Oh, this could be bad. They are forcing him off, and oh, goodness. This is where I wish I had Bennett on the bench. I trust him a little bit more than Villalba, but we're going to have to bring Villalba on. Not a good start. Not a good start at all, considering Crespo is the heartbeat of our team in midfield. He's just such a well-balanced player. I mean, look at that. Such a great player. But Villalba's going to come on, not near as good technically, so we're going to have to probably rely on Nelson to give us the technical spark in the midfield. I could bring Menendez on. I'm going to leave it at this. Menendez is good, but he's not good defensively. He has a low defensive work rate, and I fear today against this team we're going to need the pace and speed of Villalba and his defensive acumen in the middle of the park. So we're going to roll with this. That is not a good start. Nelson wins that header back beautifully. Got it into Villalba. We're going to go out here to Jonassen. But that's what I was saying. Their press just feels like we have no time, which is weird because last season we played a couple championship teams, and I didn't think that they were that much better than us or anything of the sort. And this season, we have definitely struggled. I got to remember that our goal is mid-table. I'm trying to push for playoffs, but realistically the board thinks mid-table is a great result for us, so we're gonna at least go for mid-table, but I really think we should be pushing for the promotion. But based on the players that I've seen, get up, Taylor, good job. And that's what I'm talking about. We're just closed down so quickly. It takes a bad deflection off Bishop, and it is in the goal. 1-0 to Norwich. Here they are pressing down our right side into our half and trying to get back, play some defense. But I was saying before that the players that are in this league are lower level. That's a goal. Oh, man. This is going to get ugly fast, isn't it? Oxlade-Chamberlain. Just to highlight what I was saying. I mean, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in this league, I'm sure, I don't know, but I'm sure he's 80. or high 70s, and that's kind of what it seems like the top of this league is. And we're just not there. Not yet. Again, we have a great team. Our development is coming along so nicely, but compared to the rest of the league, we are definitely near the bottom in terms of skill. The only 80 we have is Schaefer, and the second closest is our goalkeeper at a 75, which is not bad, but it's definitely not as good as you'd want it to be. And we might just be getting outclassed today. And here they are running right into our zone. We get it out, and that's a terrible pass because I'm freaking out. It is saved by Smith. Great save from him. Here's their follow-up corner. They're going to play it short, it looks like. We'll get Schaefer out here, track him back. And he gets a foot in. Good job, Schaefer. Now we need to run. We have people making runs in. This is a good attack from us. We'll go back post for Graham. And he gets the goal. What a goal. Hit him with the dead fish. We're not out of it yet, boys. Let's go. What a goal. Great counterattack from Schaefer to run down that left wing after the corner, win the ball. Run down. Oh, what a great camera angle. Run down, cross it back post, and Graham with a chest-high volley hits it across and gets the goal. Schaefer steals that off Josh Sargent. The American international. Terrible pass from Baker. That's frustrating because we had Villalba making a dangerous run, who I was going to go into next. That is halftime, but most of our opportunities this season thus far have been on counterattacks, which makes me feel like we're just not at this level yet. Maybe by January, with a little bit more development, we'll be a little more secured. But we're definitely one of the less skilled teams in this league. But we have got a goal back. We're in with a chance. Let's get in that second half. Another piece of interesting news this season that I've noticed is that Carlson's oh my gosh, Villalba, are you kidding me? What a idiot. Okay, Jonassen's going to win that back. We're going to send this into Carlson. We'll go out to Graham. He's there. Can we get the second of the goal for Graham? He gets it off the post. Let's go, Graham. What a day to have a big game. He gets his second of the day. Into Carlson after the steal from Jonas, and he just slots it out to Graham, belts it across off the post and into the goal. It is tied 2-2. But what I was saying is Carlson's stamina, at the beginning of last season when we checked it, it was a 47, and I just looked at it in one of my games off camera just because I was curious. I looked at everyone's stamina, and his stamina went up 20 points to 67 in one season, which is just wild. Maybe that's normal, but I don't think so. That has potential to be special. And another big piece of news is that Schaefer now has potential to be special as well. So we have our left winger and our center attacking mid, both of whom are having potential to be special. Carlson wins that. Oh, ref. Okay. I was about to say, if they get away with that, it's a great little move from our man Carlson, and I think I want him to take it. No. We got Graham, who's left-footed. He just doesn't have the power, but we're going with Hunter Graham. That's not... I accidentally... Okay. Hunter Graham for his third. No, it's wide. They're moving into our half here. We've been playing really well. There we go, Taylor. We just need to keep playing well, getting in good attacking positions, hitting them on counters. We're giving that into Baker, and he has the pace. Could he do it? And he gets it around him. Let's go. Oh, from 2-0 down, we fought back, and now we are up 3-2 against top of the league Norwich. This could be the turning point. This game's felt very good. The beginning was terrible, but thus far it's been a pretty good game, and Baker gets in off the assist from Carlson for another goal to put us up 3-2. Schaefer running down this wing on the outlet pass from Jonassen, and he's just going to send it. No one ended up being there, but it was a good little counter attack. Now we got to play some defense. They're in our half here. We still haven't brought any subs on because with the injury to Crespo. Oh, no. Great save from Smith. We haven't brought any subs on because with the injury to Crespo, we don't really have a center mid that can come in. I would bring Menendez on, but his defensive ability is just not there. It makes me a little nervous. So we're going to keep the starters on, try and see this game out. It's going right to Jonassen. He's going to run this out. And he has a lot of space, so we're just going to keep on going. When they come out to him, we're going to send this into Schaefer. There it is. And Schaefer loses the ball. But we have the end of the game right here. Again, we all know they're going to get... Oh, they didn't give him tons of extra time. That is the end of the game, and we hand Norwich their first loss of the season. 3-2 win. That was huge. The ACL strikes again. Crespo has torn his ACL, and he's going to be out for 7 months. That is a huge blow to this season. And I'm trying to rack my brain of what to do and how we want to handle this. Villalba did a great job, and I think I'm probably going to just go with him. But that is such a bummer, and I hope it doesn't affect him how it affected King, where his development tails off, and we're going to end up moving him on because I have loved Crespo. Maybe I just need to stop loving players. It seems like every player that I really, really like gets injured. It's been King and Crespo, same position, same injury, but he is out for 7 months. Hinga Dinga Dargan, Crespo is no longer in the Garden. Still so upset about that, but let's hop into these scouting reports. Here is a quick look at our youth academy. Now, the one big thing I want to tell you guys about is Cameron Wilson. He was a central midfielder. His defending is 29. He's got 77 dribbling, 64 passing, 57 shooting, and 72 pace. And his physicals in defending are just terrible. He is 6'3", so I would have loved for him to be a center mid, but he's not going to play there with 29 defending. So I switched him to a center attacking mid, and he went from a 62 to a 67, which is just incredible. So the good news about that, his potential isn't the best, 78 to 84, but it's not terrible. Eliason, our third string center attacking mid, is getting upset, maybe looking to sell him in the January transfer window, and if we do, we'll bring Cameron Wilson up. And with this injury to Crespo, we're going to have to figure out some different options in the center mid. Menendez may be moving back to play in that right-sided center mid position in this season. And if that's the case, we're going to need Cameron Wilson to come up and probably play a role as a backup center attacking mid. But we'll figure that out when we get there. Just wanted to update you on that. Everyone else is developing. I'm really excited about Olafsson. He is slow, 74 acceleration, 70 sprint speed, but I think he is going to be a beast. Really excited about him. Cook, again, he will come up if he tells me he's done in the youth academy, or if we really need a depth winger. I'm not too sold on him. His pace is terrible. He has 80 acceleration and 68 sprint speed, so he gets going nowhere really fast. So we'll check in with these guys in a month or so in the next scouting reports. Victor Muhammad here is 6 foot, and he's $825,000 value. Now, I am going to sign him. He's a little bit under that $1 million, but he's 15, so he's going to have some time to develop. I want to sign him and see kind of what he's about, what he has to offer, what position he plays, and then we may cut him, but again, we'll probably sell him, and if he's going to make it, awesome. If he's not, we can sign him and sell him to someone else. So now that the transfer window is closed, let me catch you up on the last couple of deals that we had. You guys saw Mark Miranda, Frank Pereira leave. You saw me get Bloxham. We then sold Anthony Lewis, our third string goalkeeper. Wasn't going to get game time to Burton Albion for $490,000. And then we sold Vasquez to Rosario Central for $1.35 million. Just again, getting money in. We've offered all of our players new contracts. They wanted more money now that we've moved up into the championship, which is understandable. Our top earner now is Schaefer on $32,500 a week. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? But he's making good money. We've given everyone improved contracts. So I used the $5 million on Bloxham, like you guys saw, and had about $12 million or so left over, and I put most of that money into the wage budget so that I could give bigger contracts to all our guys. But that is the players that have left the club thus far. So before I play a couple games off camera and bring you back for the Stoke City game, I'm going to let you guys know my plan and thinking. We are going to stick with this lineup. Villalba has showing great potential, so If Crespo's out, we're going to go ahead and give Villalba the go-ahead. He played really well against Norwich. He is very defensively secure with 59 defending, great pace, great physicals, high attacking and defending work rate. Can play so many positions. But now that we have Ojeda, and Ojeda is a left-footed right back, he can play either wing-back position. Bennett will be our guy off the bench. I've used him in Villalba's position and Nelson's position, and he's great in both. Menendez will be the backup off the bench to the center attacking mid. But when we play our second string team, to start out, we're going to do Bennett on the left center mid where Villalba plays, Rivero on the right center mid where Nelson plays, and Menendez in the center attacking role. If that doesn't work too well, we're going to try Bennett in Villalba's position, Menendez in Nelson's position, and then I'll bring that youth academy boy up into play center attacking mid as a backup. Eliasson is a 64 overall. He did great in the lower leagues. Not sure I trust him up here, and it looks like his time at the club is coming to an end. But that is the plan. I'm going to play these games off camera and bring you back in just a second for the Stoke game. We've received another offer from New Zealand as an international position. We're going to reject it. Again, the only nations I would take is Sweden, Colombia, and the United States, the three that we're scouting and trying to get good prospects for. I would love to do the United States, but we're going to reject New Zealand's, and I'm going to keep playing these games off camera. Since you guys were last with me, we had 2 games off camera, Blackburn Rovers and Bristol City. Against Blackburn Rovers, Lundberg and Smith were on international duty. So I made the executive decision to move Navarrete, the 68 overall goalkeeper, up to the senior team to play goalkeeper for us in this game. I compared him and Lund is just not it. I didn't trust him. I wanted Navarrete. We brought him up. He had a great game despite us losing. We were down 1-0 pretty early on. Could not get any offense going, but then we got this goal from Mike Nelson. Check it out. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like just shocked. And we brought it back to 1-1, and then we let in a late goal to end up losing. But Navarrete still got man of the match because he really did make so many key saves. I'm really excited about him as a backup goalkeeper when Smith is on international duty. Based on that game alone, I definitely trust him. Then took on Bristol City. We went up 2-0. We handled them pretty comfortably. They were running a 3-4-1-2, and it was a little challenging, but our wingers with their pace were able to get in behind on either side of that 3-man defense, and we were able to slot some passes across and get some goals. We did let up a late goal in that one, but we held on for the 3 points. Today, we take on Stoke City, so let's go check out the league table. Currently, we're in 9th, 1 point out of the playoff spots. We lost against Blackburn, who are in 8th now. We just beat, who did we beat? Bristol City. They dropped down to 16th, but we're right in the middle of the pack. We are how many points away from relegation are we? So we're 7 points outside the relegation spot already, which is a great start to the year, and 1 point outside of the playoff spot. So we're closer to promotion than relegation, which is a good place to be through the first couple months of the new season. Today we're going to be taking on Stoke City, who sit in 2nd. They've lost 1 game. They're on 17 points. Feels good to see Norwich up there with still only 1 loss that we gave them. But we got to go to Stoke City today and get some points. So let's hop in. This is the team we're taking in against Stoke. Smith in goal, back 4 of Jonassen, Bishop, Lundberg, and Taylor. Villalba and Nelson in the midfield. Schaefer, Carlson, and Graham the attacking 3 behind Baker. I've been bringing Bennett off the bench for Villalba, and I do like Bennett there. Menendez has come off the bench a couple times to take Nelson's spot and Carlson's spot. He's just a well-rounded player. I've brought Bloxham on a couple times, and he still has yet to get a goal. I was very excited about this guy. I just got to figure him out. It's that agility, honestly, being only 72. He is not a quick in-and-out striker. He has pace, but he's not a quick in-and-out striker. He's not the best passing and technically, so I just got to figure out how to use him. He still doesn't have a goal, but this is the bench. Mohamed, Ojeda, Bennett, Menendez, Nilsson, Wilson, and Bloxham. But let's go try and get some points against Stoke. We've already taken points off Norwich. Let's see if we can do it to the 2nd best team in the league. And here we are. I just saw a little notification in the pregame screen that I forgot to mention to you guys. Hunter Graham has 3 goals in his last 3 games. He has been playing really well. That form from the end of last season has carried over into this season. He is on sides there. We're going to send that across for Schaefer. And it goes off the crossbar. What a good play starting out. They are running a 5-3-2, so we may struggle to dominate the center of the park, but if we can get those runs in like that on the wings, I think we'll be looking nice. Here they are pressing down our left side. I'm chasing out here with Villalba. We have Nelson now in the center of the park. Oh, they had the pass. Luckily, Lundberg steps up into it. Give him a red. Come on, ref. Dang it. Just a yellow. Here they are moving into our half yet again after a poor turnover from Carlson. But I really think our best bet this game is to try and get down these wings. And we're going to send this into Graham yet again. And I want to get that over to Baker. I hope he's on sides. And he misses. It doesn't matter. Baker. Running down with Nelson. Trying to find a pass. We'll go here into Villalba. That is such a heavy pass from Baker. I really thought Villalba was in a great position to... sorry, I lost my train of thought trying to talk. I really thought Villalba was in a great position to just run in on net and take a shot. Baker's pass is heavy. Sends him outside a little bit more than I would have liked. And here they are hitting us immediately on the counter. Bishop is chasing back. Now we have Taylor, and they are pushing wide open on the back post. Great save from Smith. Here is their corner following the save from Smith. And, oh, we've let in a couple goals this season already on second balls from the corners. And, man, that is one of my least favorite ways to let goals in. It is so frustrating. Okay, we're going to send that not at all where I thought it was going. And we don't have the midfield physicality that Crespo brings to win those balls back. Those 50-50 balls in the air, we definitely are struggling to win. I could bring Bennett on, but his defense is not the greatest, so it does make me nervous. Lundberg with the interception there. Now we're going to try and hit Mr. Schaefer down this wing. Can he get there? And he can. Wow, that was a close one. And he is so fast. Okay, ref. Another yellow card for Stoke. We have an interesting free kick here. I'm not sure even how I want to take this, but we're going to go like this. See if this works. We have Villalba there. He heads it over the bar. Villalba's in here. And he misses as well. That's two chances, Baker and Villalba, that we waste. And Villalba is not the best finisher, but you have to put that on net. Stoke's moving in our half here, but we have not been dominated. It's been a fairly even game. As I say that, they're pressing into our penalty area and probably going to score. Oh, Taylor was right there and just lets him get the inside and swing a foot into it. Stoke is up 1-0. And Graham, I wasn't even talking. I'm so sorry. Hit him with a dead fish. I was so focused. Graham scores another. That's 4 in 4 matches. What a goal. He has had a hot start to this season, and we are tied 1-1. Into Carlson from Baker. Carlson just slots it to Graham. He spins on the ball and rips it into the opposite side for the first goal of the game for Efour United. We are all tied up. And that goal was the last kick of the half. We get into halftime here. It's been an evenly matched first half. We got to get into the second half and find some separation. We got a ball down into Baker from Villalba. And we're giving this into Schaefer, into Carlson. And he hits the outside of the post. Oh my gosh, we should be a 4-0 at this rate. We've had missed opportunity from Baker, Villalba, and now Carlson. And Carlson's going to rip this and show him a lesson. Goes out. Oh, what another missed opportunity. Here they are pressing down our right side, looking pretty dangerous. Can Bishop get there? Smith gets there. We'll take it. We're going to throw that right into Villalba, or Carlson, I guess. I wanted it to go to Villalba, but we'll take it. Get that up to Baker. Go this into Nelson, making a great run. He's going to give it over to Graham, who's going to get his second of the game. Hit him with the worm, Graham. Let's go. Dead fish and worms are back, baby. Baker plays in Nelson, and Nelson just chips it over. And Graham heads it across the keeper into the net to put us up 2-1. Great steal there from Baker. Gets a foot in to make him look silly. Willie gumdrops, and Carlson makes his man look silly. And time to redeem yourself, Carlson. And he does! Now we hit him with the knockout punches. Dead fish, worms, and knockout punches. They're back. We are up 3-1 against second in the table, Stoke City. Graham gets that great turnover, passes it into Carlson, who makes his man look silly, and he rockets it into the bottom corner. That is a perfectly placed shot to put us up 3-1. We're definitely lacking the consistency required. Carlson loses the ball there because we've beaten the top 2 teams in the league. Norwich, not necessarily comfortably, but today it's been a pretty comfortable affair. And Villalba hits it off the post. Baker is there for the rebound, and we are up 4-1. But it's interesting how we've done so well against the top 2 teams, but then we lose to a team like Blackburn. I can't quite figure it out, but we are up again. Carlson passes it into Villalba. Villalba rips it off the post. Actually, the keeper got a touch to it, pushes it off the post, falls down to Baker, and Baker is there to clean it up. We're bringing on 3 subs, Nilsson on the left wing, Wilson on the right wing, and Bennett in for Villalba. Schaefer and Graham come off on the wings just to give these guys a little bit of game time. Nilsson and Wilson are 2 of my players who are only content in terms of their morale, and I would like to get that up to happy because it boosts their overall plus rating, or whatever that's called. It boosts that. Nilsson's is still a +3, but that's because his sharpness is 91. So if I can get him happy, he would be like at a +5. So we're going to give them a little bit of a run out considering we're up 4-1, and let's go finish out this game. I almost brought on Bloxham, but I didn't because he is happy, and like I said, I want to try and boost these guys' morale a little bit and try and see what they can offer. Poor pass from Carlson, trying to get it into Bennett. I guess he may be used to Villalba's pace. I don't know. But it's a poor pass. They're hitting us immediately on this counter. I would love to only have 1 goal against this game. Goes out for a corner. We're defending the corner here, and they do an interesting one. It's not short, but it's, I don't know. It was, I mean, I guess it was short. It was an interesting corner. This is where we've given up goals before, though. So trying to play smart, play good defense. Good foot in there from Taylor. We'll send this down to Logan Wilson. Going to just go ahead and run on in until he gets a defender out on him, which doesn't look like it's coming. And he turns the ball over. It goes into Nelson. And we're going to rip this with... Oh, I wanted to rip it with Nelson so you guys could see another goal like that. But that is the end of the game. We win 4-1. Now let's go see how that shook up the league table. So that win sees us move into 6 positions. We have made it into the playoff spots. And Stoke City dropped from 2nd down to 5th. 1 point ahead of us and 1 position ahead of us. That was a huge win. We do have one of the worst defenses, though, in terms of the top 8 teams. We have, not one of, we have the worst defense in terms of the top 8 teams. But we're looking pretty good. I'm honestly pretty excited that we're sitting in the playoff positions. We've taken on games against Norwich and beat them. We've beat Stoke City. Nottingham Forest, I think we beat. I can't now remember. We may have lost to them. But the season is looking very good, and we are now in the playoff positions. But I have some interesting news that I want to show you guys. We have confirmation that Elias Jonassen, our left back, is done developing. This is a pretty big knock, pretty big blow for us. So it's going to take 90 weeks for him to develop. The lowest one, I guess, would be 22 weeks. Okay, so he's just completed it as an attacking wide back. So this is about as good attacking as he's going to get. 22 weeks. We'll just put him on defensive so that he keeps developing. I was nervous there that he was not going to develop anymore at all. So we'll go with defensive wide back, and he's just going to become a defensive beast, which doesn't hurt. Since you were last with me in that game against Stoke City, we played 1 game off camera, which was Blackpool, and we beat them 2-1. It was a comfortable victory. Bloxham came on late in the game, had an amazing opportunity to score, and just completely missed. I'm I don't know. I'm having buyer's remorse a little bit on that one. It's kind of good, though. It's helping me realize the kind of striker I want in our team. I thought having the big, strong striker is what I wanted, and I do like that. But I think that they also need to have that agility because Baker's having a great year. He, I think, is second on our team in assists, not leading us in goals, but he's so agile and can dribble so well. He's a fun player to use, and Bloxham is just a huge, big, lumbering oaf who can't score, apparently. I'm sure over time this season he will score, and I'll figure out better ways to use him, but he's having a rough start thus far. So that win moves us up into 4th position. We are 1 point behind Middlesbrough, and we are 7 points behind the automatic promotion spots. Barnsley and Norwich are looking really good this year, and we're a part of that chasing pack. Hopefully over time we can hand Barnsley and Norwich a couple more losses throughout the season to try and close that gap, but it is a 7-point gap already, and I'm not sure. Part of me wants to go straight up to the Premier League. If we did, it's going to be a hard next season, but part of me is like having an extra year in the Championship would kind of help us out how it did last season in our second year in EFL League One, but I think I want to just get to the Premier League, so we're going to push for those automatic promotion spots. But it has been a great start to the season thus far. We're right up there in the mix, in the hunt for promotion, so we just got to keep on going. Hinga dinga dargan, happy Leif Erikson Day. Let's check out those scouting reports. Here is a look at our youth academy, and guys, I'm sorry I forgot to go over Victor Mohammed, the $875,000 valued player that we signed in the last scouting report. He looks pretty subpar. We'll keep him here just to keep him, see maybe how he develops a little bit, but he doesn't look very good. We'll probably look to move him on. You've already been introduced to all the other homies, so let's go look at the scouting reports. We have Zach Robinson here. Again, he's $775,000 value, but he is American, and he's 15, 5'10". We're going to sign him, same as the guy that we just checked in with from the last scouting report, where they didn't quite hit the $1 million value, but we are struggling to get some of them, and when they're 15 and kind of just below that $1 million value, I believe that if they sit down in the youth academy, they'll develop naturally and get to that $1 million value by the time we bring them into the first team. So we're going to sign him and check him out. Here is a look at Zach Robinson. We're training him as a wide playmaker to get that passing up. He looks pretty decent. We'll have to just wait and see how he develops and what is going on. His second position is a center attacking mid, but his passing is 44, which is not good. So I don't think he's a center attacking mid. He's left-footed, so we'll probably play him out on that right wing. And who knows, maybe if Logan Wilson decides to leave, he will be the backup to Hunter Graham. We'll just have to wait and see, but he is in the club. That is where we're going to wrap it up, guys. Again, sorry about the length of this episode. I think it's probably going to be a little bit longer. We had 2 scouting reports to do based on how the fixtures fell. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Our team is looking awesome. Their journey through the Crucible is looking so good. It's been a rocky start to this season, but we're starting to right the ship. Until next time, Efour out.